Beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Chelsea with Embody Empress, and this is a general reading. Please just take what resonates and leave the rest. If you want to get centered in your breath, get connected to me now in this moment. I've already called upon our angels and guides and those who assist us for our highest and greatest good to bring us the messages we most need to hear. I am speaking to someone who's going through a huge transformation when it comes to home or family. Or it could be ancestral healing. You could be moving, or there could be some massive healing being done in your family life somehow. And it feels like you're kind of the leader within this. There's something about you kind of stepping up and making the changes or showing the way. Hold on. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe. Okay. It's like seeing the bigger picture, knowing the importance of why this is happening. And we have be at home, which is really interesting with the wombat spirit. With the energy of the number 5, which we've been getting a lot of. So there's definitely change happening at home. There could be conflict for some. There's something about deep healing, changing homes, moving. Yeah, breaking patterns or really confronting things that need to be confronted in that area of your life. Okay? Something about a friendship could be significant. I don't know if they inspired you or they're holding you or supporting you through a change. Yeah, we have spiritual cleansing and shift coming out first. So definitely this is big energy. There's something being purified in this area, or a whole like uprooting and moving something. You know, it's like this. It's causing a big shift in your home and family life, and it's meant to. We have another 5 here. So we have death here as well. We have 2 number 9s as well too. This is about, you know, something coming to completion, something sort of coming to an end and something else is beginning. Something is transforming. There's wisdom that's going to be gained from the experience. For someone, there was an actual loss of someone in the family, but that's obviously not for everyone. That's something that's already occurred, if so. Okay, we have grounded and we have transmute. So it's important to, and we have the numbers 22 and 42 right here. I'm telling you, this is big energy. This is necessary movement, necessary confrontation, necessary breaking of patterns, necessary whatever. And there's wisdom that comes from this. With transmute, you're going to get something out of it. So looking at the bigger picture, it's really hard to see when we're in it. But there's something that's coming from this. And so being really grounded and level-headed through the changes is important. Because I feel like it's important where you're going from here. Okay. There could be a level of sorrow or sadness for somebody. But there's something about growth and breakthrough from this. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Something being cleansed out so you can enjoy your life, so you can build something or enjoy life in a new way. I'm even getting an inheritance for someone. And also just the reminder that the work that you're doing within whatever this is, this healing, and this is as part of your path, is going to bring you, like, I don't know, beautiful rewards in some kind of way. So it's, again, it's like the energy of moving into a new home that you really enjoy, or you know, being able to create the life that you deserve and want. And then we have death again. So again, it comes with some kind of ending, and then there's a beginning. And then there's some sort of renewal from this. And it feels like it's bringing you to a fulfillment, or even a wish coming true, something that you have wanted in terms of, like, that could be like a new home, or a new experience, or building a family, or something that feels stable. The Page of Wands in reverse, though. So what's shifting is the fact that I feel like there wasn't a motivation before, there wasn't a drive, or you didn't feel maybe like you could accomplish something or do something, or you were maybe reckless with your energy, or you easily gave up or burnt out. Maybe you were exhausted from a specific kind of pattern or relationship. It could have been draining your energy in some kind of way, and because you felt like you had to show up for it, whatever. This is what's shifting. We have the Three of Wands. You're going out into the world in a new way, and I feel like you're getting away from maybe some sort of conflict or turbulence or stressful times from this. We have the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. What the fuck? Hold on. Whatever this ending is, it's awakening something in you that maybe you have secretly desired or wanted. And it has to do with family, home, legacy, and a way of living in your reality, in this dimension of life. And I felt like it was kind of private, or it was secret, or also for someone else, there could have been a lot of lies or betrayals. So that has pushed you out to seek something more stable. Yeah, Six of Swords, getting away with the Nine of Swords and the Ace of Swords. So it's like leaving something that feels kind of stressful or conflicting or difficult in some kind of way, that like took a lot of your energy and focus. And then, but from this, it's like you're getting some kind of idea, or you're finding your voice and expressing yourself and your boundaries, or there's a new beginning within the mind, which could be a perspective shift as well. There's like a new level of peace, understanding the bigger picture, seeing that why something happens. And also where to go from here. I really feel like there's something about you planting the seeds. Being at home within yourself, within your journey. Going to where feels like home. Okay, we have the Page of Swords and the World. Yeah, so there's this desire to understand something or learn something, or you know, use your voice in a new way. And it's what's closing out a major cycle. So it's like when you understand the wisdom behind the whole experience. For instance, an example could be that you had difficult relationships in the home and family life that you kind of just put up with, stayed small, didn't speak up. Eventually you're getting to the point where it pushed you to do so, and has catapulted and changed your life in massive ways for your growth and your expansion. And so seeing the bigger picture, you see that was necessary to get you to do so. And that's when you understand that, you get to level up, go to the next thing. Another example would be, hold on. This desire to understand something or learn something, and going on that journey to expand your mind and your awareness, and the lessons and the initiations that it comes with, and the fact that you do have to alchemize certain experiences and emotions to fully understand something and trust in your inner world, how you feel, and your own wisdom, and what else? Just this desire to have a different perspective in general, to learn and to grow the mind in that way. And so really seeing things in a different light, and this helping you close out a cycle within this area of your life. So sensual expression, you really could be putting yourself out there, or you're meant to. There might be fear surrounding this. So things could be cleansing out in terms of that, you know, certain fears that you have about your confidence, or what you think you're capable of, or what's possible for you. And then there's this way of putting yourself out into the world in like an independent way, or connected to your own expression, your authenticity. But for those of you who haven't started this, it's like there's some sort of healing to be done within the root chakra surrounding how you feel stable and secure within yourself, to really be able to embrace this beginning in a whole new way. And there's this level of trust and faith that you have to have. So we have slow down. It's not a rush. You want to be able to, maybe you have to strategize, maybe you need to slow down to see, because you might be forcing things, especially with the Page of Wands in reverse. There's this like overwhelm, or this reckless, or this burning out, that it's like you need to slow down to really kind of understand what's happening, and why it's happening, and where you desire to go from here. And so you don't have to impulsively do something without like really checking in with how it feels to you. We have high flying. So you're going to be reaching new heights in this area when you allow yourself to really put yourself out there and start this new beginning. This is a part of your transformation process. So you have to use your willpower, but you also have to stay grounded. So you're not like doing things recklessly. Maybe there's elements of you where you self-sabotage, or you need to save, or you need to like work towards something strategically. So it's necessary to stay grounded and really figure out what it is that you have to do. It's kind of the energy of planning. And you could like seek help like from teachers or mentors who understand whatever this is for you, and you could seek that out to help you maneuver. Because we have standstill, so there's this feeling of stuckness, or being like stagnant, or not seeing the way forward. But it's because there's something that has to be understood in the level of the mind. Like whether it's strategy, learning something new, expressing yourself and your boundaries, you know, getting clear within the mind, or maybe it's like stressful, or there's a lot of thoughts. Okay, but your soul knows where you're going, so trust in what you're feeling in terms of like what needs to happen next. Let's see. Grief, patience, and abundance. So there is a level of grief for some of you whether it's you grieving, letting go of an old version of self within a group, or whether it's like you're actually grieving a loss. It says, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. And so then again, we see the bigger picture of like, for some of you, whoever resonated with getting an inheritance, like the gift that is for you at this chapter of your life that's going to push you forward in some kind of way. And that's just an example. So it's like, there's a level of letting go, there's a level of patience, but also this like remembering that you can manifest, that you can, you know, tap in and find solutions and be yourself and be loved and love and take action where action is needed and heal what needs to be healed. So we have indecision. So if you're not sure about something, it's really slow down. You know, you don't have to be impulsive, but go within, see, what do I want to do with this? Maybe if you did receive an inheritance, it's the energy of really thinking about how you want to invest in it, or maybe you're wanting to move and leave, you know, like really thinking about what it is that you're going to do with that, right? Or there's just indecision in some area when it comes to, in some way when it comes to the home and family life, where it's like you need to slow down and really understand what's happening, because things are changing. So you have to really go within before you like impulsively act. There has to be some level of, I don't know, it seems like facing a challenge. So maybe it's even like getting the courage to do something that feels difficult to you. But most likely is easier than we think, right? Because our minds can really make us feel like something is much harder because it's limited in terms of what it knows, right? Where the divine feminine aspect is connected to all and limitless possibility. So that's why it's really important to balance our masculine and feminine energies, because we can tap into more possibility with our divine feminine before we act, instead of just trying to figure everything out from a logical standpoint. We have patience again. So obviously you have to slow down and you have to be patient with what is. I think accepting where you're at too. Maybe there's some level of discipline somebody needs to have, or hold on. Somebody also is being, it's like patience to reveal something or for something to come together. Okay, so interesting. Imagination, happiness, and self-esteem. I feel like your imagination is kind of trying to guide you where it wants to go. You could be having fantasies about, and visions about, or dreams about like a direction you want to go, or somewhere you want to live, or like, I don't know, something you want to try. And if this vision is bringing you happiness, that's a really beautiful sign in terms of it's possible, and to follow that happiness, follow that, what it is about this that's taking you without expectation, because I think it's gonna empower you to use your willpower in a new way and to be more confident, and like, yeah, have the courage to do something where maybe before you did not, which is okay, you know, by the way. It's just like a matter of getting to that point where it's time that you want to face that, you know. So we have gratitude and worry. I really feel like your imagination is key here. There's something about it trying to show you the way, or maybe there's a creative solution to something that you could tap into and form, like in a possibility sense. But if you can change your energy from worry to gratitude, I feel like it's going to speed things up, because I feel like you're in this in-between and you're worried about it, because I'm also getting the energy of somebody who's supposed to get an inheritance that's taking longer than expected. So there's this worry, because there is this, what's happening with you is that the universe is trying to show you that even though something is promised to you, you're afraid you're not going to get it. And so there's this lack there and this not trust, and that's something that's being healed out. Or just worrying about how you're going to do something or how something is going to go down. If you can switch to gratitude and ask your guides for assistance to focus on your own happiness and fulfillment while you're waiting for your healing, you know, and really just focus on what you can be grateful for, that's going to help move things along. And there might be some denial when it comes to this. Okay. What do I want? Okay, we have rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters. We have vine, seek out information that will help. Beetle, good fortune. Cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. And diamond, you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. So there's definitely some fortunate things coming together. Whether it's like I said, an inheritance, or whether it's like a gift from the universe, like an opportunity that helps you free yourself from a situation, or, you know, meeting fortunate circumstances when you put that out there into the universe that you do need, you know, like somewhere to go, somewhere to jump, or some help with getting through a difficult confrontation, or whatever you need. And then obviously seeking out information that will help you. There's teachers out there that maybe know how to traverse these energies. Somebody could be self-sabotaging with some form of addiction, whether it be sexual or any kind of addiction. I mean, we look to our phones, we eat, we like grab things that are just going to give us the endorphins we want, you know? So checking in with that. Otherwise, really following your intuition and what feels good to you, and that's going to kind of lead you to opportunities. And remember, you're protected from things that are out of your control. When you worry about things that are not in your control, it's really wasting your energy. You know, when you accept it and you turn it over to gratitude, again, it'll just make things easier while you're in that process of waiting and learning to be patient, right? And that's also a lesson from the universe in terms of like, be patient, because especially how our society is today, we're a little bit on hyperdrive, you know what I'm saying? So spirit is trying to slow us down a little bit. We have great passion, so somebody could really be going towards something they feel passionate about, moving towards enduring and lasting love. We have purse, pay attention to your finances. Somebody definitely should be saving for something, or is saving for something. Or somebody is going to get some sort of level of inheritance, or there's just this strategy when it comes to money for somebody. We have crown, honor and respect will come to you. We have dog barking, advice from a friend. And shark, take care or there will be a loss of material wealth. Let me see. The dog barking is, I feel like you have been getting advice about maybe how to handle this situation or move through or something, or spirit's just making it very obvious that something has to be dealt with, or that it's, you know, something is like loud within you. But you're definitely going to be leveling up with this crown. I feel like a new level of life that you're going to be achieving when you go down this road. With the shark, I feel like it's more of like these looming fears and worry about what's to come that is like taking away your energy, and you could be using that energy to, you know, do things to make you feel good, being disciplined, having some sort of routine, or like, what was the other thing? Just preparing yourself for what's to come by making choices, like, I don't know if that's like researching or, you know, making a plan of some kind that'll help you for when something comes together, and just accepting the ride that it takes to get there. Okay. What do I want for you? No, what is this? Okay. Rising above, clarity, freedom, solution. I'm telling you, if you rise above the situation, you see the bigger picture, you'll see how maybe you're making it harder on yourself, or you'll see why something had to happen, or you'll suddenly, there's a more clear solution. That it's like you free yourself from how you're maybe, it feels like a lot of worry or just attachment, or We have winter's end, regeneration, rebirth, positive outcome. Again, there's something about that's being transformed here. You're going to have a rebirth. You're going to be leaving a point in your life that feels like a winter, where it's maybe more of a struggle, or there's not a lot going on, or whatever. And there's some beautiful positive outcome coming from this. And I feel like you're going to be liberated from negative attachments and worries and fears surrounding whatever spirit is trying to guide you through, to show you that you do have some level of attachment or worry, or something is disturbing your mind. And the solution is to either, it's like you have to be patient and wait for things to come together and trust, or you have to, what was the other thing? Hold on. Free yourself from like worries and fears and doubts and, you know, addictions and things that are fucking you over. I shouldn't say fucking you over, but are like stalling. It feels like a stalling, you know? And I know all about these energies, by the way, from personal experience, as always. Lost love, surrender, healing, release. So there's definitely a release of like certain relationships, and this surrender that comes with that. For someone, it's definitely someone they lost in terms of a death. For another, it might be losing, you know, a partner or a friend, or, you know, an attachment to a relationship that didn't feel like love, but it's very close, like in terms of it's your family, and it's difficult, okay? But there's some level of grieving, healing, and release. I'm also getting the energy of just like feeling that you know something's out there for you, or some other connection or something like that. The Temptress, seduction, deceit, and a broken promise. Okay. So again, I'm getting, remember that earlier we got energies of betrayals and lies, broken promises, empty words. That could be something you're moving away from in terms of relationship or family, home life. Maybe someone who misused their power in terms of emotional manipulation or sexual manipulation to keep you to whatever. Stay. But this is what has pushed you to search. There's something about, this is pushing you, because there's this level of feeling lost or confused or lonely, and it's pushing you to face fears and to heal on some level. Okay, where are those? Where are they? Oh, right here. I got lots of stacks of cards over here, you guys, I'm telling you. Okay. What do they need to hear? Okay. Let me see this. It is time to realize the true nature of certain life circumstances. Be grateful for what you have learned, but see things for what they really are, rather than what you wish them to be. You shall be able to recognize, process, and prosper from the truth, and do not need to fear the revelations that are unfolding. I'm getting the energy of someone who is realizing that they want to be somewhere else, that they're trying to force something that isn't working. Something along those lines. Hold on. That's just for someone, but please take it as it resonates, like what I read here. Okay. The inspired intuitive messages you've been receiving, which are unconditionally loving, fearless, and encouraging of you to grow and be your true self, are from your higher guidance. Beings of divine light are guiding you with messages of unconditional love. It is safe for you to trust in your growing divine connection and inner knowing. Doing so will bring you great joy. So again, follow your intuition and your inspirations, because they're going to lead you to fulfilling and fortunate circumstances. And the energy of really getting out of your head, being at home with where you are, and the energy to really accepting it. Okay. She arrests the flow of negativity, particularly that of our own making. Okay. She transforms our karma from that which hinders our joy to that which we can create true happiness. As you seek refuge in her, you're protected from gossip, slander, and any form of negativity from others. A positive turn of the tide of good fortune is predicted. There's so many synchronicities in that. So let me back it up for you. There is the energy of the worry and the doubt and the fears that we're creating in ourselves. So that negativity of our own making, you know, removing us from karmic situations or having to play out karmic situations, including, you know, some sort of inheritance from someone who's meant to give you that at this time. Or removing ourselves from karmic connections where it's like we're playing out the same toxic patterns and there's no growth. So it's like breaking free from that, which can cause some level of gossip or slander or negativity from others, which you are protected from, because this is about your life and your fulfillment. So you're either not going to hear about it or you're not going to fucking care about it, because this is about your fulfillment in your life. And then a positive turning tide of good fortune is predicted, which we have all over the place. That you getting through this and out of this and moving forward from this is going to bring you so much like joy and happiness. And I get freedom for somebody, like just freedom. When hope is lost and a way forward cannot be sensed, Kali's love will find a way. If the path does not yet exist, then it shall be created. If you cannot see or feel how you can move from where you are to where you want to be, Kali's wisdom and grace will manifest at the perfect time to provide what is needed. So again, if you ask for assistance because you don't see the way out, pray for it and pay attention, because Spirit will bring you opportunities and ideas and connections that can help you work through this. Okay, where do I want to go with this? Let's do movie quotes to end this reading. For those of you who don't know, I've written a bunch of movie quotes on these cards to get us extra messages from our guides. I just want to thank you so much for being here and all your likes and comments, just your energy. You are so beautiful and I'm so proud of you. Because it takes a lot of courage to change your life and to even think about it. So, and I know how difficult it can be, but it's also so fucking fulfilling. And you're not going to look back in terms of like, you're going to keep moving upward, you know, and you're going to be, it's so freeing, and you learn to love yourself. It's very empowering. It's the whole journey is going to be a success, but it does take the time that it takes. So please be patient and compassionate with your process, okay? If you guys want a reading from me, embodympress.com. If you want weekly guidance to assist your human journey, I do have a Patreon that you can try for 1 week for free to see if it's a good fit, and it has tons of resources to help you out throughout the week to traverse the energies. And I have tons of free resources that'll all be linked down below, so check it out. Oh dear. When the world turns upside down, the best thing to do is turn right along with it. Yes. When we have to go through these big changes and big perspective shifts, and like everything seems chaotic or just like the opposite of what you used to feel, it's just, you go with it, you accept it, and you move through the energy. And it makes it so much easier than when we resist it. When we resist it, there's worry and fear and doubt. When we accept it, there's faith and gratitude. As simple as that. I say that like it's simple. It's harder than it. It's hard to remove yourself from it, but it gets easier, okay? It's like any choice that you make towards your fulfillment is gonna give you more and more courage and energy to where those things won't bother you in the future. And when you take your power back from a situation that was keeping you down or holding you back, you automatically have empowered yourself to a new level. And so you're going to be empowering yourself further and further along, and finding your independence, finding your freedom, finding that you have this new chapter of life that you're meant to be living. There's more beyond the reef. There's more for you to experience, and you will. Carpe diem, seize the day, boys. Make your lives extraordinary. Seize the day. Take this and run with it. You know, live your life. Be free, have fun, be happy. you can have all of those things. Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if only one remembers to turn on the light. So that's when you find the light within the darkness, the hope, or the gift, the blessing that is there for you, always, and there always is. Some people go their entire lives without hearing news that good. Okay, so really good news comes to you from going on this journey, or something being better than you thought. She locked away a secret deep inside herself, something she once knew to be true, but chose to forget. That gave me a lot of feelings in my body. Okay. Again, bring me back to the Seven of Swords. There's something about like this deep wish or this secret yearning for something more. Okay. Bad news comes, don't you worry. Even when it lands, good news will make them work its way into all them plans. So even if you hear something that doesn't sound ideal, trust it. Don't let it take you down. It only means something else is coming. And there's two things here about good news coming. So even if it starts off with bad news, good news is coming from that. Okay, anyway, I'm not gonna say that. Fame is a fickle friend, Harry. Celebrity is as celebrity does. Remember that. Interesting. Hold on. Somebody may have learned a lot of lessons when it comes to being in the spotlight, and maybe not all it's cracked up to be, or not maybe something you thought you wanted, but you're learning that there's something else, or there were different reasons for why you did something. Or hold on, and just take it how it resonates. I promise you the dawn is coming. If you build it, they will come. So if you start building towards something, things will come together. Maybe the right team. Clients. The sun will come out tomorrow. Okay, so more about the sun coming out, a dawn coming from a dark time, a dark experience or something. All right, my darlings, that is your message. I hope these help you on your journey, and I just love you so much, and I see you and I honor you, and I am sending you so much love and courage to get through these times, whatever they may be, and just know that you fucking got this. You just do. All right, I love you, and I'll see you next time.